talking about the news, not so great news. Mongo McMichaels, who we've had a lot of fun at his expense on this show, was diagnosed with ALS.
That
It's
is,
really unfortunate. Um, since, this is not maybe the best of times for him, I think it might be time to kind of retire um,
yes. The default answer for the the question a lot of people, a lot of our guests don't want to answer that default answer. Steve McMichael is officially retired. No longer will Steve McMichael be the default answer for who was the worst performer. Um, and I just want to put an asterisk there saying we never actually said that Steve McMichael was the worst wrestler. That suggestion was actually given to us by a guest and then repeated coincidentally by somebody else. And we just went with the majority on that. But if you go back, you will see never once did we say, oh, Steve McMichael is the worst performer in history. No. No, no, no. In fact, Steve McMichael was actually really, really friggin' entertaining. What
oh,
he could
absolutely.
be. He really was. I mean, uh, it's still a hell. He was a hell of a football player, man.
And we wasn't trying to be mean or anything, just have a little bit fun.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, he. A lot of people also forget that he was at ringside for the main event of WrestleMania 11,
this is correct.
and that he was actually, and he actually got into fisticuffs with Kama, aka the Godfather, on Raw.
And we hope that
We hope all works out. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But my 2 cents is we always, yeah, we joking BS about it, but we always respect the fact that people had the balls to go into the road. So
Oh, absolutely.
I just want people to know that we can differentiate the character from the man, and
Yeah.
that's where because some people kind of think it's not mutually exclusive. Like me as a prime example, Kobe the ball player, Jesus, he was a hog ball. Kobe the man, I respect. So,
I mean, and I'll be the first to say, I myself, I'm a terrible fucking wrestler. I really was. I mean, do I blame my teachers? Maybe. But I'll be the first to say, I'm freaking terrible in the ring when it comes to doing anything. But yeah, that's the thing about this business is that you gotta be open to being told that you're terrible once in a while. That's the thing is that if you're not being told you're terrible, kind of not doing your job right in a sense. But again, that's nothing. The ability to, the ability to perform in the ring and the ability to entertain in the ring are two different skills. And McMichael had both. He did, and um, but in a time in wrestling where things were really shifting. Unfortunately, he got put to the wayside, which really sucks because what he is. In fact, I remember the cementing moment of the NWO taking over WCW was not when uh, Hogan formed it and everything. That definitive, almost nail in the coffin was the night after Fall Brawl '96. Kurt Hennig, Steve Mcmichael, U.S. title. It was the main event. It was was it 97? 97. It was 97, yes. Uh, and before I get off on a tangent here, just Mongo, we wish you well, man, and
Absolutely. And you will hear the last default answer Mongo McMichaels for the Kennedy Copeland interview that was recorded um, prior to this discovery. Um, but after that, Mama Sango, no more. We got a new default answer, and you could, if she doesn't give us a worst wrestler of all time, we're gonna give her the new default. Talking from a bad a bad situation to probably the absolute worst. Dave Meltzer. Once again, he is in hot water for talking about Charlotte Flair's looks. Charlotte has told him to go to hell. Why does why does Dave Meltzer's opinion even matter at this point?
it doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, it again. I mean, it just it doesn't. That's it. That's all I can say. I mean,
Kalika, you got something to say about it?
I mean, nothing really to say. Like it's bad because it right when we are, and I had asked this question amongst other people, but I mean, we are literally entering into the beginning and the genesis of the peak of the golden era for women's wrestling. And then this shit happened. So it's like, fuck. Well, there's that. But I'm surprised Dave Meltzer didn't get the Don Imus shit. Like,
no,
it,
yeah. Well, I mean, Meltzer, for any credit to give him, he didn't, make a racial slur.
true, but it wasn't more about, well, granted, but Don Imus, it wasn't more, it was part of the slur, but it was also the context of nappy headed hoes that got him.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just saying, just like him shitting on women. And I mean, if you don't like Charlotte, that's fine. I always say, like, me personally, I try to be Mr. Good Vibes with any wrestler because they got more balls than I do to get into a ring. But if you're gonna attack them, attack the character, not the fucking person. You know what I mean?
See, the thing about saying it's a peak, to me, that indicates that an intending downward trend is coming.
Oh
Because
no, I said a genesis. I said a genesis. We're at the genesis of the peak. I think personally, it's
yeah,
gonna be something where we haven't even seen the peak yet. Like prime example, right? To me, I always say Natalia is like the most underrated wrestler of all time because she was the right wrestler in the wrong era. And now when you can see an era where they're actually getting athletes that can actually go, I feel bad for her because I feel
Right.
like her skill set could complement anyone's. So to me, when I say the genesis, this is the genesis of the golden era to me. Like, and I think it's only going to get better from there. I'm just clarifying that right now, I don't, in America, I think this is the most respect women wrestling ever got, period. That's why I say it's the genesis.
Well,
Do you think
I
Dave
mean,
Meltzer doesn't respect women's wrestling?
He never gave any matches 18 stars.
I mean, other than the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker match.
Dave Meltzer is and will always be the ultimate mark.
I think that's a great place to leave off of this conversation.
And speaking of marks,
Mark Carano, head of talent relations, was fired earlier this week over a tweet Mickey James sent of a picture of all of her belongings being in a trash bag.
one, how does he get his hands on her belongings to begin with? Where were they being stored to begin with that they had to be sent back to her? That's just odd to me. But that sheer like disrespect, he clearly was not intending on this being made. Mickey making something of it. Um, regardless of whether or not whatever reason Mark gives, and he's not gonna give any reason. He's not gonna even speak about this.
I mean, he's
Uh,
already fired, so there's no reason
yeah,
to.
uh, like and be like, oh, I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna send you your stuff in a trash bag. But the question is, was it hefty?
Well, I mean, it better be if they want to sponsor, if they want to support John Cena.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it was hefty and like if it was hefty and John Cena had delivered it, would we be hearing it? But no.
We would be hearing about John Cena's recent divorce instead of this.
Oh yeah. What? Oh, you mean Wipeout? Ah, wordplay. Yeah. Either way, hashtag Mark Carano's an asshole.
Click on your thoughts.
Honestly, I think that's just a bigger problem of how employees are being treated. And that is what the bigger light's going to be on.
Yes.
And to me, that's going to give wrestlers every right to unionize, or at least try. Because right now they're all independent contractors, but there's been rumblings of unionization.
I mean, there was lots of opportunities to do so, but I kind of feel if it would have happened, it would have already happened. You know what I mean?
All the contractors are independent. See, that's not as catchy.
Um, Next on the news, EC3 was hospitalized for some type of infection. Just another bad thing to happen this week. This was a really bad week for wrestling, wasn't it?
Well, that's just what makes him him and us us.
What?
And that's what makes you just you and me me. No,
His gimmick, but
the, the brilliance of that theme song. Oh, it's like Billy Kidman's you can run if you want to.
Wrong, but you can't. I don't know. what you did with. I don't have it on.
Yeah,
I'm just a
woo!
lunatic. What?
Say for wrestling with karaoke.
Ooh, that might be an
Hey,
idea.
that was with Savannah. Come on, man.
Oh, we do. In fact, we're now going to try and sing with every interview, including Miss Mama Shango. Okay.
What are we gonna sing with Mama Shango?
Oh, that's easy. Papa Shango's theme song. Dong 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 dong.
Alright then. And last on the bad news bracket for tonight, unfortunately, Ronda Rousey will not be coming back to WWE because she has gotten injured.
Oh,
Earlier this week she announced her pregnancy. I mean, this kid, she left WWE what 2 years ago to try and start a family, and since then Becky was champion for a year, got pregnant, had the baby, and is probably coming back in the next couple of months. Well, what are we thinking here, guys?
I mean, I'm surprised women haven't, trying to like sue us for claiming pregnancy as an injury. But James, don't ever have kids. Um,
I'm gonna try not to.
I mean, I, I mean, what else can you really like say? I mean, we're happy for her. It's a great joy. I mean, that does indicate to me though that she kind of was take it or leave it about returning to wrestling, full time.
Don't think she
I,
was
I,
ever gonna come back full time.
I mean, either that or they had some really bad condoms. Sometimes they break, and that's how I had kids number 4 and 5. Um, but yeah, Ronda will have the kid, and then she'll she'll probably be back fighting like maybe the day after.
So,
She won't show at all throughout her entire pregnancy, and then when she finally goes into labor, she'll sneeze ever so daintily and push it out. Choo! Ah, 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 ah. And 6 hours later, even after she's been given the epidural, she'll find something in that hospital to turn into a punching bag.
we're thinking after this injury, which lasts for about 9 months, she's gonna be back and ready to fight right afterwards.
Oh,
Oh hell no! 12. Think 9 months, then 12 weeks after that. 9 months.
I mean, I can't wait for the mixed infant tag match.
Between Becky's kid and Ronda's kid.
Exactly. With Mox's kid on commentary.
I mean, if his kid is, yeah, his kid will be born by then. Yeah.
I mean,
Flicker, anything you want to add to this? And this on a good note.
I mean, the proper thing to say is congratulations. I
Yeah,
mean, she's always wanted to have an army of kids, so I'm wondering, is this the beginning of like an army? But other than that, congrats, and we'll see her sometime. And I want to say she's 4 months now. I'd say summer 2022 if she decides to come back.
so basically, where she's rousing the Rouseys.
Oh yes. Oh, it's gonna be. I bet you it's gonna be the a reality show, the Rowdy Rouseys.
Produced by
E
WWE.
Entertainment, E Entertainment Television. We
Yes,
we're,
sir.
we're claiming that that's ours.
Trademark. Trademark.
Trade now, market now. And that will conclude the news for tonight.
And for more news on wrestling, just look at the internet.
What's about our opinions on it, damn it?
I know there's just a lot though. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
we don't have the time to really get into everything. I mean, NWA announcing its pay-per-view for June.
Didn't even
Which,
see that.
yes, When Our Shadows Fall. The shakeup in WWE corporate as well. But not a lot of people, not even people care about that. Two new performance center recruits from Australia,
Oh, cool.
and they're not Savannah.
Ah, that would have been awesome timing.
Um, but probably the biggest thing that we're not going to talk about is WWE expecting, as of right now, hoping to go back to at least doing a house show a week by midsummer.
I think Kalika was talking about that, them doing SummerSlam in front of a crowd. I don't know if that's gonna actually happen, but we'll see what happens. Still,
Rogue Energy, the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low calorie, no sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0 calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off brands out there that are presenting low quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue energy, more focus, more wins.
use promo code WrestlingWithE for 10% off your next purchase.